Hello, I'm Richardpaulhobbs. I believe this is under the church or under my name. I'm in St. Joseph's Nursing Home in room 5509. It's a Thursday morning. This is a very difficult issue to discuss or explain. And when you are a resident in a nursing home, the people who work there can do things to violate your rights, to violate your privileges, to take charge of you when they really have no valid reason for doing it, and yet they can cover one another and seem to justify their actions. But it's very difficult to hold them accountable. And I've been trying to document problems here. One problem is that they have me on medication that I do not want to take at this point, because first one day they bring me so many pills, another day less or more, and I have found that the pills are helping me for what they claim they should be helping me for, and I find that I'm having reactions to them, allergic reactions or whatever, that are described in the literature that tells you when to use or when to not use this medication. The doctor doesn't respond to my complaints, not for 2 months, keeps me on the same medication, and I continue to have the same side effects and problems. This is all physical medication. This is not, quote, psychiatric medication. The hospital has not effectively, the doctor here has not effectively addressed my complaints or provided any alternative except to continue giving me the same medicine, which isn't delivered to me consistently. I have pictures of the last few days, and it's almost impossible when you're a captive person to prove facts. With the phone and the Facebook and the YouTube, it's a little possible, but then it's very difficult to get anyone to look at it or observe it, and I don't have the right friends or persons who, they're my friends, but perhaps they don't agree with me about the ideologies and the positions I have. So, but I've asked for Lorraine not to be my healthcare proxy, because she doesn't see things the way I do about what condition my apartment's in and whether I'm neat or clean or otherwise. We have these unfunded mandates of past political discussion. Well, what they're doing to me here doesn't make any sense, and if you saw it or observed it, you would agree. But there's not a consistency of care. There's the kind of care that seems to be in most nursing homes, where it's nursing home centric rather than patient centric. Everything's being functioned and done here for the benefit of the employees and the nursing home. They pretend to care about my health and my safety, but they continue to do things that show that they're not concerned at all about those things, or they're not intelligent enough to do them correctly. That they have a call bell in my bathroom that I couldn't pull when I fell. That's not my fault. That's their fault. That's not because there's something psychotic about me. That's because there's something irrational and unreasonable about how they're providing health care. And what's bad about it is you're paying for it. You're paying double and triple and much more for it than needs to be paid, because they're not doing their jobs correctly. They're not staffed properly. So everybody seems to be rushed and unable to do what needs to be done. And then they're going to hold me accountable for that, which is exactly what they're doing. I have recordings of these meetings, the best I could do, but I don't know what I have to do to. I would rather stay here for a few more days because I am getting over this bronchitis or whatever it is that I had that caused me to fall, that caused me to have problems, and it's cold out. But my apartment is in a condition where I could live there, and it needs to have some improvements. But unless I get back to the apartment and live there, I don't get SSI. I get $35 a month. I can't do anything. I'm really being forsaken, and the system is being used against me rather than for my benefit. And I don't agree. My religion doesn't agree with a lot of the ideology of medicine and diets that are popular. I could be wrong, and they could be wrong. I believe what I believe, and it's written down, it's documented, and I'm not putting myself at risk any more so from following what I believe to be the right ways to eat and live and pray and believe, or to take their ways. And I've been taking their ways, and it's not working. It's not helping me. And when I've made a complaint about this, they haven't addressed my complaints. They just assume that there's something wrong with me, and then they use ad hominem attacks, and they come by and they try to persuade me to do things that I'm intelligent enough to understand are wrong. They want me to sign a contract, but it's not a contract. It's them imposing their ability to control my life over me when I don't agree with the basis upon which they're making those decisions. And I don't think that they're correct. In fact, it's clear the psychiatrist said that I have no heat in my apartment and I have no electricity. And that's not a fact. But if he's basing his decision on that fact, and they're saying I was taking up too much space in the refrigerator. But there's many persons who have things in the refrigerator. I believe I'm the only person who they went and took all the things out that were frozen and carefully preserved and brought them to me and told me what am I supposed to do with them. So I set up the next day to take the stuff home and put it in my refrigerator. So now I'm just trying to document this, and I guess if there's no one there and no help, they'll do what they can to the extent that they could. What I do need to do is get legally removed from their care and go to my home and be under my own decisions. I'm not making irrational decisions. I'm not making wrong decisions, but they are setting me up so that they can continue to get a lot of money to care for me as a poor person while they're not actually caring for me, while what they're doing is causing them to get more and more ability to charge money and take money from and to keep their system going, their nursing homes going. And there's no opportunity for anyone who's under this situation to redress it or to bring it to popular understanding. And it's a very difficult topic, so it's hard to explain and get people to understand. But this is what I have, and I hope that somebody sees this and responds. I'm in room 5509 on the 5th floor of St. Joseph's Nursing Home, Yonkers, New York. My email is richardpaulhobbs@gmail.com, and my phone number is 212-470-9154. And trying to get attorneys is very difficult because that whole system is cookie cutter. If you don't have exactly something they're comfortable with, they don't really want to take an issue. And the whole system is set up so that you really can't, as an individual, stand up against it and win. And that's not the way you think it is. And it's not happening the way you think it is. And unfortunately, most of us are too busy and involved in other things to concern ourselves with this. Thank you. I'm going to stop now.